I've called this session on the publicity I put out. I called it Spiritual Science. Pass those around if you can. You might have seen that the other day as well. And the reason I called it Spiritual Science is from a quote more than 30 years ago, where it appears as though we are being guided towards more than three dimensions, right? By staying within three dimensions, we're limiting ourselves dramatically, right? And I'll read out the quote because it's self-explanatory. It says, current human science is limited by physical and mental only. Real science, however, includes spiritual, but is shunned as non-scientific. Spiritual science, beyond the material, not only provides power and understanding, but sustained space and time travel, altering gravity, transmutation of matter, neutralizing atomic waste, enormous raw energy, and the secret of passive flight along magnetic grids, all unavailable with the current three-dimensional science. So it looks as though science hasn't advanced from that 30 years ago, and there's a bunch of other recommendations for mankind as well, which haven't happened either. But anyway, it's getting there, right? At least we're still here. We've made a decision on according to information I work with, we've made a decision on a soul level to continue this experiment, that is mankind. Yeah. And on the back of that is what I've called Spiritual Science 2. It's a presentation with a special speaker in a couple of weeks' time. And it's basically about collective belief and how the example I've used here is Gandhi restored a nation on salt. Right? He walked across India in order to inspire people to start making their own salt again because the British outlawed it. And these days, we could say that taxation is what they're using to suppress us, and taxation seems to be heading towards 100%. You know, I've covered a lot of that information on other presentations, and I'll give you the links later. But on the next presentation, I'll be going beyond that and referring to scripture, which makes us tax exempt. So if you're interested in that, what I'm saying is it's a consciousness problem, right? It's not a legal problem. When enough people realise they've been had, then the old system goes away, more or less. You don't have to fight it. And in fact, by fighting it, you're actually giving the legal aspect a jurisdiction.